All right, today I want to talk about the importance of changing your pace, knowing when you need to slow down on XDefiant. Sometimes when you're playing against full parties, when you're playing against enemies that hold each other's hands, whatever you want to call it, you need to stay next to cover. You can't just full speed ahead. What's going to happen is even if you beat the first guy, even if you beat the second guy, the third guy's going to hop out and trade for you. He's going to get the kill on you because you're low health and you're not next to cover to head glitch on at the very least. Put some pressure on him. Mess his aim up. Sit on that head glitch. Get in his head. Mess with their mind, because it is a mind game at the end of the day. And one thing that makes somebody play bad worse than anything else is when they get emotional. It affects their decision-making process. It makes them, it's the same thing like if you're in a fight. If you can wear somebody out, you don't even have to hit them very hard to knock them out if they're tired as shit. Sometimes it's going to benefit you, especially if you're playing against somebody who likes to rush a lot with the MP7 and rely on their movement. They're bunny hopping a lot, crouching a lot, sliding around. Stay on head glitches and keep them away. Be like Chael Sonnen on The Ultimate Fighter when he told Vanderlei Silva, I can't let you get close to me. Literally, don't let them get within that max damage range of the MP7. Or, I mean, you can go head-to-head with them, SMG against SMG. There's many different ways that you can approach it. But play to your advantage. In any shooter game, you want to set yourself up to avoid 50-50 gunfights. 50-50 gunfights should be the worst case scenario. You want to win. You want to be 60-40 gunfights. You have cover, they don't. 70-30 gunfights. You have cover and they're in the wide open, nowhere near cover. 80-20 gunfights, their backs turned to you. 90-10 gunfights, you are next to a teammate, so at least even if you die, they can get the kill. Hopefully. This is an ideal situation. Come on. How many times have you died with the teammate right there and he's like looking at paint drying on the wall? I had a really close match on Arena earlier where we very well could have won. We were behind, but we were coming back. And I think I had like 50-something, 55 kills, 30-something deaths. Everybody on my team was like triple negative, double negative, like 10 and 25, 15 and 34 or some shit like that. But they wanted to win, and I could tell. And we lost because of a freaking time limit. That, man, at the end of the match, I was like, SMH time limit, we could have won that. That was a good competition because it was some sweaty enemies, and my team was clearly struggling. I think I had a party on my team, but they weren't nearly the same level as the party on the enemy team, who was just outgunning them. I was pretty much the only person on my team that was positive that match because the gun skill of the other enemy party compared to my party was just not even by any means. But the time limit felt like we got robbed of the opportunity to really come back. I wasn't watching the timer the whole time, of course. I was just like focusing on my positioning, where to go next. Watching where my teammates are to know where the enemies aren't. Watching where my teammates are on the map to know where the enemies are. That's a great way to know. If you see your teammates on the map and nothing looks like it's going on, that's a good assumption that that's not where the enemies are, that the enemies are in a different location. Most people may not notice this, but if you look at the radar and you see your teammates' blue triangle, or whatever color their triangle is, it's going to be pulsating when they're shooting. So that's some good indicators whether or not they're getting into an engagement with an enemy. That shows you where an enemy is. Even if the enemy's not showing up on that map, it's going to tell you, okay, the teammate's shooting at somebody who's over here in this direction. I think in addition to that, a ping system built into the game could be really useful for players because the advantage for teammates that are communicating and actually using comms, other than just telling people to shut the fuck up, is drastic compared to people on a random team with people not talking. The mini-map can only tell you so much. If you could get a ping system where you could see like a little red diamond over their head, like I think the best ping system that I ever seen in a video game was probably in Apex Legends because you can give like context on top of the ping. That might be a little too convoluted. Maybe simplify it a little bit, but I think that's a great place to start, honestly. You know, even the Warzone ping system is pretty good. It's pretty overpowered, but everybody has the availability to use it.